Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Welcome into the first free agency edition we get here for the year 2024. Connor Brown back with the Edmonton Oilers at a $1 million contract on a 1 year deal. Signing with the Oilers after what was a tumultuous year for the team and for Connor Brown early on, but a guy who, just like our Oilers, maybe he was contributing the whole way. Got better as the team went on, right? Connor Brown came to camp last year with the expectations he'd be playing on the top line wing with Connor McDavid. That ended up becoming quickly the fourth line duties and scratched some Connor Brown. And then he exploded back onto the scene once he was in the lineup in the playoffs. Never looked back, had a fantastic finals, and obviously now a member of the Edmonton Oilers for another year to come. And that's fantastic for the Oilers, quite honestly put, because when you look at it here, it's a $1 million deal. So if you're thinking Connor Brown was just about to break out at the end of the playoffs there, then you might figure he's going to have a season worth $4.225 million. And this is my only argument, really, with the $1 million AAV for Connor Brown, and it's nothing against Connor Brown. It's just a matter of the Oilers really need to do a good job negotiating here over the next little bit, over today, tomorrow, and the rest of the summer, because even after buying out Jack Campbell, cap space is rather tight, and if you don't go out there and spend your money wisely, you're not going to have the money you need to get that one other piece or that extra piece, whatever you might need, at the trade deadline this next upcoming year. And when you look at it, there's other news today outside of Connor Brown for the Oilers, where Sam Carrick has signed a 3x3 with the New York Rangers, is what I'm seeing out there in the reportosphere, I guess you could say. So for the Oilers, they lose their fourth line centerman from this year. Obviously, Derek Ryan's still hanging around, James Hamlin's still hanging around, and as well, I don't know if we've ever gotten any full confirmation on what Sam Gagner's plans are. So the Oilers will have options, and obviously for $3 million, you weren't going to sign Sam Carrick. However, when it comes to it for the Edmonton Oilers, you are going to probably be able to find a guy on that fourth line role to play with whoever you really assemble down there for that 775 or 800K marker. So locking up Connor Brown as hopefully your third line right winger based on what he showed in the playoffs, based on his penalty killing prowess, based on his intense forechecking ability. You would assume that's where ultimately, after 2 years in the Edmonton Oilers lineup, he is going to settle by the end of next year. So that's not a bad situation, right? You end up paying him just shy of $5 million to be a third line right winger for 2 years and maybe beyond, but we'll talk about that when that happens. But for Connor Brown, right, is if it all comes together, it would be just shy, I think, of 4.8 million, so $2.4 million over 2 years divided for a third line right winger to score you. I don't even know if we can make projections on Connor Brown, but a guy that could easily, if he's playing on that third line, keeps up the production from the playoffs, he could score you. I think Bob Stauffer said 12 to 18 goals, but a guy that could be in that Warren Foegele range, right? 15 to 20 goals every year, about 30 points. And all told, if you get 42 points out of Connor Brown over 2 years, you're not going to be too upset, I don't think. So for the Edmonton Oilers, it's a good move. Obviously, like I said, I have problems with the AAV to the degree of we have to be careful where we spend money elsewhere now. Not saying there was a ton of overspend here, but again, I was hoping for somewhere under $1 million, no matter what the cost savings were. But yeah, Connor Brown obviously back with the Edmonton Oilers, ready to rock and roll for another year, and we are off and running on free agent frenzy here in the year 2024. We'll see what the Oilers have in store for us. I think Cold Lake's got a pretty good Canada Day in store, so I'm looking forward to that. But from that, friends, I will head on out right now. We'll await some more news and we'll get back to you live from the Kinnasoo Beach, more than likely, here in the next little bit. Thanks for being aboard. I'm up on out of here.